brother?
Smack Davis, father and stepfather. And that's about it, man. Let's get into it.
Okay. A little bit about myself. Yes, I was married at one point. So I raised my stepson. I have a biological son, Junior. So yeah, we're just gonna touch on a few things, man. I'm gonna throw this out there. Whoever wanna attack it, let you attack it. What you love about parenting? What you love about fatherhood? Anybody but a dead body.
Okay. It's a challenge. It's most definitely it's a challenge. It's like taking raw talent and molding it.
Indeed.
It's a beautiful thing, I know. It's something that is hard to explain, but it's something that you will enjoy when you're doing it.
To me, fatherhood is just, you might think it's insignificant going through it every day. It's the most important thing you'll ever do.
I do agree.
Ever.
Yeah, I do agree. I spoke to my son the other day, and I was talking to him, and I told him that's one of the best jobs that I ever had. Still have, but I'm more of a part-time father right now.
Right.
Because he's grown. But it's one of the best jobs, man, that I had. I miss it. The infancy of it, the beginning, the uncertainty, the not knowing, not knowing what's gonna come of it, which is kind of scary. I was 19? Yeah, I was 19 when I had my son.
Young.
How I was with him back then. We all from Rent Terrace. I used to have him saying Brick City.
Yeah.
Throwing up the gang signs, the fingers and shit. And,
Yeah.
I got a video, my cousin back when he first started, pulled this camcorder out. And he let me see it years later. And it was amazing to see this shit, man. He riding his bike in the parking lot. He probably been, 3, 4. I'm out there with a motherfucker OE, drinking and shit. Go ahead, motherfucker, ride that motherfucker, like talking cash shit, man. And he's soaking up all the game, good, bad, ugly.
Yeah.
Soaking that shit up, man. And the way he turned out now, man, is beautiful. But I didn't know how that shit was gonna play out.
Yeah.
As I grew, he grew. I think that was the beauty of this shit, man, because we all know there's no handbook to this shit.
At all.
You won't know until they come back and tell you how you did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't motherfucking know. Right? You can't judge how they did about the route they took.
Right.
Right. You can't judge how you did by the things they get into. Because if you do, then you find yourself fucked up. Even like where I go wrong. Once they hit 18, your hands is up. Like, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I say, man, fatherhood, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. And I know the last time I know this is a repeat, but let's start off with discipline. Do y'all believe in discipline? And if so, what type? What's off limits or not off limits?
As far as discipline, nothing is off limits. Like if what you did calls for a whooping, that's what you getting. In my mind.
So be it.
That's what you getting. And I'm not above making you do push-ups or stand on the wall and
Squat.
any of that. It depends on what you did.
Yeah.
You could be in your room for a week.
Yeah.
You can have some of your possessions taken for a week or even longer, depending on your behavior.
That's a verity.
It's nothing off limits at the house. Nothing.
I do agree. So is your punishment is based on
What you did.
What you did. Your punishment. What they say? If they fit the crime or some shit. The punishment fit the crime.
At all times.
Yeah,
At all times. And I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest at handing out whoopings or whatever. Right. But you have to at some point.
At some point.
For the most part, a punishment and me talking to you, that'll get you where we need to be.
Yeah.
For the most part.
It just depends. I do agree. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, me personally, man, raising my son, man. I honestly, only time he ever got his ass whooped is when it came to school, or even when his mother used to call and and say, oh, he ain't listening. Or his mother's grandma, his grandma on his mother's side would call, and my mother, it's time to whoop his ass. He made my mama cry one time. I just told her because he wasn't listening. He refused to fucking listen. All right. She told him to do so. He sat there like she ain't say shit. So I tell her, I say, Mom, leave the side door unlocked. I'm on my way. So I bust in. You would think this motherfucking gravitated and floated to the couch, like, you know what I mean? And he got a whooping that day. And the crazy part about it, my mother called me and was upset. But when I started whooping his ass, no, don't. And I'm like, well, you can't save him. My thing is, can't nobody save you from me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm not a part-time motherfucker. You can't nobody step between when I take it there and you
it's already
take
there.
It there.
Yeah, it's there.
Can't nobody come between that shit. Because I have a vision for my son.
Yeah.
He have to respect women. He have to, at least the ones in my motherfucking family.
Right.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But I do agree, man. The ass whooping got to fit, but I do a lot of lecturing too.
Absolutely.
A lot of talking.
Absolutely.
Sit-ups. It ain't always ass whooping. Don't get it twisted.
No. But you're getting something for your behavior.
If it's severe, ass whooping. Ass whooping.
For sure.
But I just think, it's stages to that shit, man. Like, I mean, but when it come to discipline, and one thing about disciplining too, man, I would encourage anybody not to do it with their hands. I would encourage you with a belt, so the child will socialize a belt with discipline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus a hand.
Yeah.
Because your hand can, you really don't know how hard you swinging. Then the kid, they so fucking fragile and shit. You know what I mean? But I do believe that shit, man. But what you thinking, B?
I believe in discipline. I guess right now where I'm at, I give you a 3-strike rule.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe in lecturing. When I'm lecturing, all kids are oh my God.
Too high.
Yeah. I said and I know, but one thing right now with me is that I'm willing to try new approaches. New approach for a new situation. So, but I would never say that I won't pop that ass one good time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would give you that little 3-strike rule before I go there.
Yeah,
I definitely don't want to. I mean, that's tiring, man. If I tell you do it one time, if I had to tell you to do it again, come on, yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you a question for us. We speaking on sons today. I don't have a daughter.
I don't either.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't either.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a different breed.
Before they got 2.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So that's a whole beast that I don't know shit about. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, that's uncharted water for me. I don't know nothing.
So I'm gonna ask you, tell me about that. Tell me about
sink.
About raising 2 daughters.
That is, it's you know what? I will tell you this. I think raising daughters as a man, because a little girl's gonna cling to you more. Mm-hmm. I'm with my middle child. My oldest, I'm her stepfather. So, but when I had my own, I remember her just clinging on to me. She clinged on to me more than my wife did, and that bond that I have with Brand is something else. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's something else because that was my firstborn. And I now that she's getting older, she's a teenager now. It's weird. It's weird. You've seen the little guys looking at her, trying to talk to her, like, wait a minute. Right. Right. My daughter's starting to develop now, so I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
maybe in another 2-3 years, you could be fucking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh.
Hey,
It's scary. It's scary, but it's beautiful to see this. To see this little girl bloom, man. This I just look at her like, wow, man, damn. Daddy, I'm getting older now. Yeah, but it's with Bren, with any of the with Reagan too. I had to pop their asses, but not as much as I see with Biden. Biden's hard. These boys are hard.
He's you.
Yeah, he sure is.
Pretty much.
Why you can't, why
you.
you? I said, man, sit your leg down.
You know, I mean, like I said, I see Lil B, man, he's smart as a fucking whip, man. I seen him, man, he play chess. He don't know nothing about chess yet, but the nigga play chess, man. I see it, man. He give me the blues, man. But when it comes to them girls, man, like, what type of conversations you have at this stage of their life? Now, first off, how old are they?
The oldest is 16,
Uh-huh.
and Bran, she'll be 14 this year. So she's 13. So the conversations I have with them, I try to be as honest as much as possible. I let them know the different type of guys. Not to say that the guys that so-called bad guy could be the bad guy. Could be something. Not to say that he can't be that right guy for you. Because I look at myself and some people would judge me the outside and don't even know that I might be this. But I try to teach my daughters you gotta learn how to handpick them. And time will always tell.
Okay.
Take your time with these guys. Just take your time. And he's gonna always show his hand. He's gonna always show his hand. You just gotta be very intense.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, man. This is for both of y'all, man. It's like I said, my son, he's 22. So I my era was different. We didn't have the cell phone thing that we got.
Yeah.
So do you sugarcoat shit, or do you call pussy, dick?
Nah, I don't say pussy, dick, but
I mean, but that's what they hear anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
But they hear it.
That's the point I'm making.
But that doesn't mean that you have to.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Hey, let me, because I think last time I fucked up. Let me go deeper. Then I'm not saying use that terminology with a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't saying it with a 3. I'm talking shit.
With a teenager.
Teenagers.
10, shit, not even a teenager. 9, 8. Because these cell phones, why you not saying it? Not saying y'all don't say it. Just saying let's say a parent don't, but they go home and go in their room at night and hit that button, and they see motherfuckers. Yeah, motherfuckers suck my dick. Fuck you, bitches.
Oh yeah. I mean.
So should you sugarcoat? Should you know when? I mean, how was that?
But like,
how
with
to navigate that?
Like, okay, I have a 5-year-old son, I have a 9-year-old son, and I have a 14-year-old son. And the 2 17-year-old sons, they don't live in the house.
Okay.
But the 14-year-old is the only one that has a cell phone.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't need my 9-year-old son to have a cell phone at this point.
Right.
Because, even with his tablet, we tend to monitor what he watches on his tablet. I try to keep his diet of what he intakes to a minimum.
That's the key right there. It's about what you're feeding him.
Because it's a lot of stuff on the internet.
Right.
Jaden is 14, and I'm sure he sees some stuff on social media that I don't think he should be able, or I don't think he should be seeing. Mm-hmm. But I have to let that go, being that I can't sugarcoat everything from him.
Right.
Now, I have real life conversations with him, and I'm as blunt as possible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And even with the 17-year-olds, when they come over, I'm as blunt as possible with them. Very direct questions. Hey, man, are you gay? I asked my twins that the other day, are you gay? Like, I don't know.
Right.
And I won't know until I ask those direct questions. And it's not a problem with me. Whatever you are, I'm with it.
Right.
Whatever you are. But we need to be upfront with each other at least.
Yeah.
But
I agree with you, man. I don't try to sugarcoat. Byron don't have no phone. The 2 oldest have phones because they doing multiple different things. They both cheer. Mm-hmm. They old enough. They go out and this. But I try to sit down and explain some of this stuff they are digesting, and I try to be as blunt as possible, saying you can't believe what you always hear, what you see. So they might bring up a topic they see, they've probably seen online. We had discussed like, oh, they saying this and this and that. And I trying to bring the truth to it, to let them know that a lot of that shit that y'all seen is bullshit. You gotta learn. You gotta know the difference between the real and that bullshit. And I know they don't, but that's why we're here, to try to navigate them through this wickedness that they see right now.
I mean, like I said, man, the good thing I heard you say is, man, that they come to you.
Right.
I think that's the big picture right there, man. Like, you know, the fact that they come to you and ask you questions of what they see. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's a way that you can, for the younger kids, right? I'm sure it's a way that you can put some type of code on their shit.
Yeah.
Where it can restrict what they're able to look up.
Absolutely.
They're able to see. I think a lot of motherfuckers should do that. A lot of parents should do that. Because, like I said, you know, you should never give no child a device as these phones, how they get down now, man, because ain't no telling. They porn. I mean, some of these
and it don't even really be what they're watching. It's what other people are doing or sending to them or exposing them to or what. A lot of it's a lot of stuff going on.
Reagan showed me, she sent, one of her friends sent her something about this boy blowing his head off. And I said, damn. I said, you watching this? I said, do you know what that would do to you mentally? I mean, you just constantly taking that shit in. That shit will fuck you up.
Definitely will.
Shit, nigga, when I watched that shit, that day, man, you was watching that.
Yeah.
That shit fucked me up. I said, that Lord, child.
I said, man, and to really see it in real life is even crazy. So, why even feed yourself that? Whenever somebody sends you some of that crazy shit, just look away. It will make you look at life a little different.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the good thing about that, man, is it's easier. It's always easier said than done, man.
Right.
Can you imagine if we had phones?
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad we didn't.
I'm glad we didn't.
I'm glad we didn't.
It shaped our way of communicating.
Yeah.
It shaped our way of, you know what I mean, interacting with one another.
You know how to interact with human beings. And then like with social media and with the internet age in itself, I think it's less personal. And people are so much more emotional now.
Yeah.
Like everything is instant gratification. Like you only do things to where it'll give you some kind of gratification.
Yeah.
And everything ain't gonna have immediate benefit for you. Everything is not gonna come right back full circle.
So I'm gonna ask y'all a question, since y'all have kids right now that's in as I like to call it, space age. Situation with these phones, man. Do y'all see any kind of backlash from, them, from your kids being like, okay, for example, now they put a video, or they might not get likes on a certain picture, or they might not get the attention that they see their friends get when they post. Because I see a lot of kids, they post the outrageous shit for the response.
Yeah.
Right.
And when they don't get the response, it fucks with their confidence.
I think as far as
I've never seen that.
I've seen it, knowing I have daughters, and like as far as Brent, she don't have a Facebook or Instagram, but I think she got a TikTok. So I think she make little videos, and if she don't get that, I try to tell her like, look, that doesn't mean you're not,
Right.
whatever. Don't look at that as far as making you feel better about yourself. Reagan, she the oldest, so she gonna try to sneak, trying to get little shit. But I tell her the same thing, that I tell them all this shit is fake. Don't get caught up in none of this. I said, well, I see it as a tool to maybe if you have a business and shit like that.
Yeah.
But don't get caught up in this bullshit.
The imagery.
Yeah, this is fake. And they challenged me. Why you?
Because it's kind of hard to say it's fake. when you see, you know what I mean, when you see certain shit yourself, and the response and the feedback and the, you know what I mean, it's kind of hard to say that it's fake. So what the I mean, we go way back, so I know what y'all do, but just for the people who, I mean, who would see this, I mean, is it, what's what I'm looking for? Is this maintenance you have to do? You know, reassure that your daughter, you beautiful, your son, like, okay, you know what I mean, you smart, you strong. Like, is it
yes,
some cleanup, some
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But I mean,
it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Because when I talk to my kids, I try to tell them things about myself. I'm trying to be as honest with them about me being at the same age they were, and the things that you know, you can always say, oh, my mama always said I was cute, but I want that person to think that I'm cute. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, they expect your mama, your daddy to tell you how smart and how.
Right.
But the one thing about the real world is that it's gonna challenge you. You're gonna be challenged.
Right.
So I can tell you all day how beautiful and how smart you are. But you gotta know that within yourself.
Yeah.
And with these little girls and these little boys nowadays, they don't know. So I try to do the reassurance thing. Hey man, you this, you that, you this and that, regardless of what you say. And I know it's hard to say because they also looking for validation from their peers.
Right.
But I try to teach them that, hey man, all your peers is not gonna congratulate you. They're not.
Say that.
They're not. They're gonna really hate you. I won't say all, but some are gonna hate you. So don't look at that to validate you. Just do you. Just do you. But it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing process.
I mean, but as parents, you're supposed to build the foundation anyway.
Right.
And
It starts at home.
yeah, everything does. So
It starts early, man. You know, it starts early. I do agree, man. Like, you know, I just see a lot of this shit now, man. That's on the outside looking in. I thank God that I'm not raising kids in this era. I take my head off to you, brothers. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, because I thought it was hard just raising my son got jumped at 3 years old in Wind Terrace. My two little boys tried to take his toys. And
yeah,
I used to raise him. I say, you know, you don't stop swinging until you see blood or somebody pull you off of him.
I mean, damn.
Like, because it's a dog-eat-dog world.
That's
But
true.
man, I was
Definitely
still
is.
19, 20, 21.
Right.
So,
yeah.
you know, so when he got jumped that day, his mama called me, I was so motherfucking heated. You thought he was my brother didn't got jumped. And I went to go block, get the little homies like, hey, I'm getting you about $50. Go down here and whoop on these niggas' ass. Like, you know what I mean? That's how mad I was. Like, cause
Yeah.
I motherfucker jumped my son. He was only 3.
Right.
Like, these cats, I mean, they weren't that old. They probably was like 5, 7, some shit like
Yeah.
6. But all he said when he got on the phone with me, Daddy, I fought back. Like, you know what I mean? They ain't take my fault back. And he was so, you know what I mean? He was just so proud. Like, I was proud too. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, fuck these niggas. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I was just as rowdy, so he was just as rowdy, man. So it was hard for me to navigate that shit, man, back then, man. But you said something for, like, you like to, you know, tell them about how you was when you were coming up. So
Yeah.
I would ask y'all, should you hide your past
No.
from your kids? Should you let your child know as they get older, all through their life, not just say it once, but tell them about your story, your struggle.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Because there's some parents who like to hide that shit.
okay, like
You know what I mean?
my middle son is Amari. He's 9.
Okay.
He's not that good at math. Neither am I.
Right.
When we going over math, I'm like, man, I ain't that good at this shit either.
Right.
We're gonna do it together.
Right.
Me and him, we sit there and like language arts, just like me. He's a master at it. Spelling, all of that. He's a master.
Yeah.
That math, me and him sit there. Like even during virtual school, I'm right there next to him. Hey man, we gonna go over this together.
Yeah.
But I mean, same thing. I see a little bit of me in all of them. So I tell you, yeah, man, don't go down that road. I can tell you where it leads.
Right.
But I mean, I have to let you know.
Right.
I have to let you know. And then like even like in conversations with their mom, she has an issue with the teenager. Like she feels like he's just out of control. I'm like, no, he's not. Because I was way worse at this time.
You gonna judge me by my
Yeah, I was way worse at this time. So for him just to have a bad attitude and not want to do his work, we'll take that.
Right.
We'll take that because it could be a lot worse.
A lot worse.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I was with Mac back in the days. A lot, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It could be a lot worse. Like, I mean, we could work with laziness.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it could be a lot worse. And for a lot of his peers, it is a lot worse.
Yeah.
I mean, he grows up in a different environment. And then, I mean, more so than anything, like for me and for Byron too, our kids aren't growing up in the environment that we grew up in.
Right.
So even with the traits that they have that they share with us, they're not being influenced by the environment that we grew up in. So the outcome will be completely different.
But Maggie's right. I don't have nothing. Knowing that I have these two little girls, they're a lot more emotional. So I try to trying to tell them stories about some of my emotional roller coasters that I used to ride when I was younger, as far as not feeling this way and wanting to be looked at this way. And I see them when I tell them these stories. You went through that? Yes, I went through that. Mm-hmm. It kind of soothes their emotions. Like, yes, I've been there. I can tell you how I feel to be 16, and like as far as my oldest, she wants this little guy, and I can understand that. I remember being 16, looking at a girl, and she's not looking my way. Mm-hmm. I can tell her how that feels, you know. So yes, I don't sugarcoat nothing with them as far as my past, the good or the bad, or I'll even the most extreme things. I'm an open book. If you want to know, here, talk to me about it. I'm pretty damn sure that everything that you about to go through, I already done it, seen it, or felt it in some kind of way. So
Just about.
Yeah. So you should want to talk to me about any of that.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I used to share my shit, man, with my sons, man, and I used to tell them how what shaped my young adult days, early 20s, how I was with females.
Mm-hmm.
Because how I got played in high school days. So I used to tell them, I said, yeah, man, I had this one girl, man, you know, I bought her a shirt from Jay Riggins and shit. Like, I was with him too. I used to let her wear, back when I did have a job at the time, she used to wear my jewelry and shit. They used to laugh at me, oh, damn, I ain't gonna let no mother girl, I ain't buying no girl nothing. Right. They used to, one day they laughed at me so bad, I got mad at the motherfucker, like, hey, yo, fuck y'all, like, this is why I love fatherhood. Because, boy, of course I don't have no daughter, but boys, man, like, you know, we grown men, but we boys at heart. Right.
All the time.
So when you get your sons laughing at your sucker shit that you trying to explain to them and teach them,
that shit hurt.
That shit hurt. Like, hey, man, hey, I feel like I was in 10th grade all over. I'm ready to fight these little motherfuckers. Like, fuck y'all. So y'all saying that shit now. I say, why? I can't wait till y'all get across the mouth. Right. And I told them, to this day, I said, I'm going to tell you something. The power of pussy is a motherfucker.
Oh, man.
The wanting. You probably ain't had none yet. The wanting to have sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the reason why I bought the bitch? Jay Riggins.
Is that there tricking?
Tricking as a young age. Like,
yeah, I got you this shirt.
You know, because I'm going to tell you why, man. I remember being younger, man, going to school in solid colors because I had no clothes.
Yeah.
I'm wearing all red. My sister red bubble coat. I got the red swishy jogging pants.
Hey man, you had to do what you had to do.
This is huge, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Bush ain't got no haircut, fucked up. Then I started working, and I saw the power of money.
Yeah.
And I peeped game like, oh shit, like. So now I'm like, okay, that's all little chick. And she, you know, I wanted, you know, and you know, women, girls working their hand early, and she worked me like. Bought her a nice little J rigging little golf shirt, nigga. Like, you was J rigging it, and that was the shit, nigga. Like, and then guess what? I lost the job and I was broke again. And bitch cut me off like.
Oh, of course.
Said, damn.
Of course. It play like that.
But it shaped that young motherfucker that I grew to be.
Right.
No. What it did, it ruined your ass.
It did. That's what I'm saying. It shaped the cutthroat mentality.
Yeah.
And how I was so hard on women at an early age when I realized how the game was played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how do you explain that to your son? Because when I explain that to my daughter, like as far as the clothes and stuff like that, we all grew up fucked up to the point where we wasn't getting what we wanted.
Right. Hell no.
So now that we're adults, we over compensate our child with this and this and that. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about that is, as much as I wanted Jordans back in the days and I couldn't get it, now my daughters got it all the time. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, they felt like
they didn't get enough.
It's not enough.
So what I try to teach them with going into my past is, this shit is material. Mm-hmm. This don't make you. So I'm gonna tell you my story. I started getting this, started seeing girls come my way, but it still didn't bring what I thought they would come. Mm-hmm. The mass of girls. I had this vivid imagination, like, yeah, they gonna be coming in droves. These bitches gonna be coming in droves. Nah, that shit doesn't happen.
I remember you talking back in Aiken, OWE, but now I look at it differently with sons. Now that's your daughters, right? I'm speaking from of course, sons, but I looked at it differently because I made sure my son had his hand right. Shot. I mean, color coded closet, motherfucking shoes, money in his motherfucking pocket. But I'm gonna tell you why I did it that way, because I knew he needed to focus in school. The reason I didn't focus in school, because
of that, because
I was a bum. I'm a bully. I'm taking niggas shit. Like, I'm trying to sell weed. Like, you know what I mean?
So that's what we all doing to our kids, because we go back to how we felt, because we felt like we didn't have enough.
Right. And the damage that it done to us.
And the damage it done.
Exactly.
But you know what? The funny thing about my kids is that even though I compensate them, I think a little bit too much, they don't really worry about it. That shit it's really nothing to them, because they've been getting it for so long. Now it's nothing. Mm-hmm. See, I think if we'd have got it when we were younger, until we got up in age, it's nothing, because it don't build confidence, but in our environment,
it
did. So I try to teach my kids that that's nothing. That's some bullshit.
Like the kids, like especially mine, they spoil, but they don't know it.
Right.
They live great,
right,
but they don't know it.
Why you say they don't know it? Tell me why that.
I don't think they can see it. Like for me, if you could have put young me in their scenario, I'd have been like, man, we living good. Cause coming from where I was mentally, oh yeah, this shit ain't supposed to happen. But for them, like, they been to Disney World.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they get whatever they want.
Right.
Like Santa Claus bring them whatever they ask for.
Right. No push.
I mean, I've had scenarios when Santa Claus ain't bring me shit. Like,
Chris, right.
The pain. Like, I think that fucked me up. I really do believe that fucked me up.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck you.
I think, because for real, I don't like Christmas. Like, my wife is a complete different. You've seen the house.
Yeah.
She loves Christmas. She loves it.
Right.
I don't give a damn about Christmas.
Right. So, with that being
I
said,
ain't never had a tree, nigga.
but you know that's why we do what we do for our kids.
Right.
And
so they want experience.
So they want experience. The heckling. You try to buy what's in, so they won't get capped on. You try to buy all these type of things so they won't feel that. But the weird thing is, they don't recognize it.
They don't know,
because they've been getting it for so long. Oh shit!
I'm gonna tell you the backlash of that shit.
I know it is a backlash.
The backlash, I saw it early when my son was probably 4 or 5. He had a nice leather with the fur, gold chain. This shit his mama bought him. Pinky ring and shit. Like, you know, because she was raised the same way. Motherfucker get toys from Salvation Army in the box. Right. You got all type of broken pieces you got to wrap shit up. Motherfucker come with a box that big, stuff with toys that you gotta, they wrap them and shit, right. But you know, it's the free shit. But one day, my nephew, he had a birthday party. And my nephew was growing up similar to the way we was growing up. You know what I mean? And one day, man, my son, man, my nephew opened up a gift. And I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but I just remember my son's response to that gift. That's all you got? That ain't nothing.
Spoiled.
Man, that right there, nigga, changed my... I whooped his ass. And that's an ass whooping. And I'm going to tell you why I whooped his ass, because I knew, I experienced that feeling. I knew how my nephew felt. Now here we go. This little spoiled motherfucker. I used to beat niggas up like you.
And he talking shit about...
So my nephew who's struggling, who now he's the only child of mine and his mother. So of course you're going to be in
you get everything.
In everything. Now my nephew, he was the baby of 3. So it was a little different. So, but when I seen him, I knew I had some work to do. He got his ass whooped, and I told him why I whooped his ass. But ever since then, I didn't cut back of what I did. You know what I mean? I just educated and, you know, I made it my business to school him on shit. And as he got older, it got easier because he went into Jordan. Remember, man, when you grow up fucked up and you ain't got shit, you know what I mean? You buying kids Jordans at the age of fucking 6 months. Right. 1, 5, 6, etc. Now, but once they got up into teenage, it wasn't even about name brand shit no more. Yeah, they might got some nice ass Nikes or some shit, but they walk around with shirts with shit like this on. Yeah. Ain't no polos. Ain't no $100 fucking button ups.
It's different.
And I was like, damn. I was able to go to fucking Route 21 and buy. You know, you get a shirt for $20 and get another one for $1. I cleaned the fuck up. Yeah. Then I started watching. And I said, it's not the shirt. As long as he had something clean on and his shoes was clean and a few dollars, it was his personality. That's what I saw in my son. Yeah. Right. It was who he was. Of course, he played football, rap. He was a jock. So it's a little different. Everybody can't be a jock. Right? Yeah. He was just a jock, man. But it is a it's a downside because, like you said, how we raised, man. That's why I didn't graduate. Right. I didn't graduate, man. I was OWE. I was working 3rd shift, getting off of fucking Children's Hospital, going to Aiken in my work clothes. Yeah. Just to go to sleep for 3 hours until they finally came and pulled me out and told the nigga, you 19, going on 20, and get the fuck up out of here, nigga. Like,
see, but you know what? That's why I'm not afraid to tell them about my past, because that was one of the major reasons why I didn't graduate. Yeah. Because I felt like I was trying to compete and belong.
Your pockets fucked up.
So overcompensating my kids and trying to get them the same shit I think they should, and they really don't care for. And that's a good thing, because even with me buying them all this shit, I'm also telling them a story. That that don't build character. Right. That shit don't build character at all. You're right. And they right now to this day, they get a lot of little stuff, but they really don't give a fuck about it. So I could say in that aspect, I feel like I'm winning.
You're right. You are. You are. Right. I mean, I do agree, man, because, man, like I said, man, I look back and I see my cousins, man, and, I used to get jealous, man, where I have grown cousins now who still get shit for Christmas. Right? Damn. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. I remember when I was younger, man, I, still get shit wrapped in, and this is no strike, man. I love my mama to death, man. She's a single parent, man, and, you know what I mean? I buy her shit. And I let my mama know all the time, you ain't got to buy me nothing. I don't need shit. Like, right. You know what I mean? But I still see, man, like, I still get I would still get my sons them shit. Now, I ain't buy them shit this year. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I got cousins, man, 40, still get shit for their birthday, still get shit for Christmas. And it's beautiful, man. Like, it's like, damn, man, that wasn't me.
It
I don't get shit. That's why maybe it shaped my mentality.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, I mean, that's why,
Oh,
I mean, like I said, man, just to go back to a child, I just thank God that my sons, man, don't have to experience the shit that we experienced. Motherfuckers cooking fleece at the age of 11, doing stupid shit. Like,
that environment is something else.
That
environment is something else. So the funny thing is, I would take my kids and drive them down Winter. I'm like, hey man, this is where I grew up, and show them all the little dumb shit. And I told it was maybe about 2 weeks ago. Reagan and Brent was in the car. I took them down Garden Hill. Like, yeah, well, I used to go up here, get chased up by the dump people and shit. Like, what? You really thought that was fun? I said that shit was fun.
It was hilarious. Why did we do that? That was our fun, man.
I didn't understand.
We ain't had shit.
We
went to toys.
We played in a landfill.
I know. Oh, but it wasn't that we played. We
played in a landfill.
No, we were doing something that was wrong, and it brought a reaction, and the reaction was to have those people chase us.
Yeah,
that shit was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what else was fun that we used to do at the bottom back in the day. We used to go in there. We used to build clubhouses.
Oh yeah, everybody did that. Yeah.
Hold on. We used to build clubhouses, and we used to get a shopping list. Tell the motherfucker, you go in there, you steal
all this
chips. You steal cupcakes,
right?
And I'ma steal. And we used to hit that motherfucker bottom of the hill, Arts, back in the day, and go in that bitch and snatch all type of shit.
We was better than y'all in Finlay. We would steal the food stamps.
Oh damn! How y'all do that shit?
Yeah, the food stamps used to come in a yellow envelope.
Yeah.
And then later, everybody didn't have that mailbox that went right into your house. Some people had it, and it would just sit there. Yellow envelope, we got you.
Damn! Oh fuck that shit! Back in the day, the Wick.
We got you. Oh, the Wick man.
You remember Wick used to come in the carton?
The Wick man.
Yeah. Motherfucker be out there early in the morning, like, they go Wick.
Got their ass. Whoever don't come on that night, we got y'all ass.
Them eggs,
we got y'all ass. All them cheeses. Oh yeah, we got y'all ass.
Run that shit. Like,
so you think about all that, right? And
survival, nigga.
For sure.
You don't want your kids doing that dumb shit.
Hell no.
So
what?
Yeah, so I teach them all that. Like, hey man, we used to do all this shit. Like, why? Like, yeah, we used to. I don't know if they nigga knock. I don't know if they do that.
Nah, they don't do that.
They don't do that shit. You get shot.
Like, that shit fun. That shit was
fucked
fun.
Up.
Yeah, that was about that, man. One day we did nigga knocking one day, and we took it to another different. It was wicked, but motherfucker had a 40-ounce. Motherfucker, I never forget it. We at the bottom of the hill, chicken that doing hair. She had her back door open, but the screen, you know how motherfucker. Right. Maybe we opened the door. We threw 40-ounce bottles in that big. Like,
oh yeah, y'all was tripping.
Motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? Glass went everywhere, like.
Right.
But when I tell people, the bottom of the hill people are different. That's it.
You know why?
That's it.
You know why?
Procter & Gamble.
Walking the motherfucking fumes, nigga.
They different down there.
But you can't say that. Because Hilltop. The backyard of Hilltop was the dump.
We wasn't closed.
But that's why they closed it.
Yeah. But when you go around Varsity Circle, you go in the back where the back, you can see the fumes, the fire.
Right over the fence?
Yeah.
What's the dump?
Yeah, you can smell all that nasty shit. All that.
First day of school had a certain smell when I lit at the bottom. To this day, I never smelled that smell ever again. It only was the first day of school smell. I think that we was retarded as fuck, man. Doing
that's why ain't nobody tall from Winton Terrace. Right. It's only a few motherfuckers that's over 6'2". It's only a few.
Right.
Everybody else short in the motherfucker.
Yeah,
5'10",
man. But like I say, man, maybe. But like I said, the backlash of giving our kids everything without working for it. You know what I mean? I used to implement with their grades.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though they supposed to get good grades, I just know how I feel to have incentives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know how I feel, man. I just, you know what I mean? Man, not having plays a factor, man. But it shaped who we grew up to be.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we know how to communicate. We know how to survive. Kids, when you give them everything, they don't know nothing about survival, more or less. To a certain extent. I mean, you got to teach it. Yeah, I mean, but motherfuckers ain't teach us survival. We had to go out. We saw what we had to do.
Yeah, just imagination, man. Like these kids don't even play.
That's what I'm saying.
So I try to, hey man, go out, get out there and play, man. Have some fun. Go on, walk. Get your ass out of the house, man.
But it's a different time too, though.
Yeah.
They don't like. For us, outside was everything.
Yeah.
It was the whole world.
Yeah.
Like, and you could have had anything in the world in the house. It wasn't gonna keep you from wanting to go outside.
You're absolutely
They different.
They are different.
They sitting there. I mean, back in the day, we used to beat your ass on the punishment, right? You got your friend, you upstairs in the window. Hey man, go knock
Hey
on
man,
the door.
ask my mama, can I come out? Nah.
Go knock on the door. And motherfucker go to the top of the steps and listen, like, tell that motherfucker get out the window. You got
sure.
I hate her.
But the reward, like for me growing up,
Yeah.
this is why I try to reward my kids for their school.
Yes.
Cause from kindergarten to about the 3rd or 4th grade, I was a straight A student.
Damn, that's
I didn't see the reward,
Yeah.
and I just quit giving a fuck.
Is that what it was?
I just quit giving a fuck. Like I'm a person. If it's a carrot right there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get the carrot. So if it would have been a reward,
Yeah.
ain't no telling where I would have ended up.
I do agree with that.
Ain't no telling.
I agree with
but
that.
like, I mean, like, and then with certain kids, you gotta know what you're doing. Like with Jaden, rewards don't work. He don't give a fuck. He really don't value rewards. He don't value stuff being taken from him. His whatever he wants to do academically is gonna come from him, or it ain't gonna come. I figured that out over the years.
Yeah.
Amari, my middle child, if you tell him you're gonna give him a reward, you're gonna get the best from him. Tristan's a self-starter. He gonna do it anyway, but he's gonna do it with the behavior that he wants to display. So if he whenever school does start for him, he's gonna act an ass, but his work is always gonna be done. And I can just tell that about them.
Yeah. That's
But like for me,
yeah.
education wasn't rewarded. Like my mom and dad, they were going through so many other things, and they didn't have time to reward me. So I quit giving a damn.
Say, why even try?
I really did quit giving a damn, but it's really no excuse.
No.
But I did not give a damn.
I mean, it's the
I
childhood,
really did.
man. It's the childhood, man. Because I think that's, what made me stop giving a fuck was the fact, man, I was a tacky motherfucker. Like, I was, I was a bummy motherfucker, like, and, I had no money in my pocket. Then I stuttered, too, man. So, you know what I mean? I was tacky and I stuttered, nigga. I was a fighting motherfucker after that. But I mean, nigga, straight bully and shit, like, you know what I mean? But I think back with me and Byron, right? I think it was our 6th grade.
Nah, it was probably long.
No, I'm talking about when 6th grade graduation.
Oh, boy, we ain't graduate.
No, I graduated.
I did.
This nigga didn't graduate, but the whole time I used to look forward to the award assemblies. I used to look forward to get my name called, go up on the stage, because my grades was pretty decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the beginning. So 6th grade, I don't know if Byron taught me into this shit, but we ended up going, my mom ended up taking us to Perkins. That's the crazy part about this shit. We ended up going out to eat breakfast, and I ended up going to school late, and find out, man, I had 7 awards. That hurt my motherfucking heart, man, that I couldn't get called. Man, I waited all 6th grade, all them years to get called up. And in one motherfucking year that I finally got it called, I met motherfucking Perkins with Byron ass and shit, like, because I think he stuck. Did you stick that year?
I did.
That 6th grade?
Yeah, I sure
Now,
did.
I
I
probably
they
would've-
was on my ass too, man. And
He
the funny
hated
thing
school,
about
though.
school,
Byron hated school, man.
I started skipping school early.
Yeah, we did.
So I tried to teach them the value of going to school, but I started skipping school early.
We did.
Early.
Yeah.
I mean, early.
You did. I don't think you hated school. I just think you didn't want to do the shit.
I didn't. I had my moments, my reasons for not doing school. First of all, I felt like I wasn't fly enough. I always wanted to be fly. I think I tried to mimic my brother. So I always wanted to be fly. Second, I didn't have faith in myself. I didn't have faith in myself. I remember when we was at Aiken, and that last year I was there, and I passed dinner in all my classes, and all my teachers used to say, Byron, all you had to do this shit, all you had to do was do this at the beginning. And I was really trying, and I was passing. So I didn't really put the effort, especially in Pleasant. I ain't put the effort. You know, D and the F, you can pass. But I didn't put the effort.
What they call it?
But I also,
promotion.
Yeah, I also, if I'd have been rewarded, I know my mama tried. But I think if she'd have put more emphasis on, hey man, maybe, but I just didn't like school. I mean, I think about the dumb shit. I think I started skipping school. Third grade.
I think we started early.
It was early.
Yeah,
hey, and it's funny. Vic's like, she was asking me, she's like, you really didn't like school? I said, nah. I used to do a lot of silly shit. For attention. You remember I came down, you and Quentin. I put the shoes on my foot, man. Just
like Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, nigga, you talking about some funny? I damn near pissed on myself.
I said, man,
watch this. I said, this nigga is stupid. Walking down Dutch and shit. We hold one. We both holding him up. He got his shoes on his knees and shit.
Motherfuckers like, what? Just I don't know the dumb shit I used to do. So I guess I just try to tell them, you know, enjoy school, man. School could really be what you make it. I know when I went to Withrow and Mac used to come up there, man, it was a different feel to me. I'm making a little bit more money now. I felt better about myself. Oh man, motherfucker couldn't tell me shit. Motherfucker could tell me shit. So I try to get that same vibe to my kids where they know.
I do. I mean, so I'm gonna ask you a question, man. If we all parents, right? My son grown. Y'all in it right now, right? We all have visions. We just want to speak on sons, and I'm gonna let you elaborate on the girls too, because it's a point I want to make with this. We all have visions for our sons, right? Yeah, I mean, my vision for my son, you know, I had it, and you know, and sometimes the opposite parent may not see your vision when we talking boys. You know, I mean, sometimes it's not always. You know, sometimes, you know, I was in my relationship / marriage. They didn't see the vision I had for my sons. Like, yeah, I was the mean one. I was the bad guy, basically. You know what I mean? I was the one, you know, they was the one, the mothers was the one where they would go in there and they would whisper, can you ask my daddy, or can you ask Big Corkin? You know, I was the mean one, like, you know, and I own it, you know, but you know, the proof is in the pudding now. So our visions, like, I mean, would you allow somebody come between the vision if they don't see the vision that you have for your son? Would you? I mean, if they don't see it, even if you have to try to explain it, and they still, because mothers, some parents, I'll be a damn fool to say all, but some parents, some mothers will just be, they naturally a nurturer. So they naturally want a baby, you know, the boys, you know. So with that being said, would you allow the mother, if it's happening that way, come between that vision? When you see like, okay, every time you discipline, well, you shouldn't do that, or why you do that, or, you know what I mean, would you allow that to happen? Would you I mean, what do you do? I mean, you know, if somebody try to come between your vision you have for your sons.
For me, I haven't encountered that kind of pushback from their mother, so I'm not really equipped to answer that. But for me, no, I wouldn't.
No, but no.
No, you can't get in the way of any of that. Like, okay, this is your child,
right?
It's your child too,
right?
But it's certain things that I feel should happen for any situation, and like, I mean, but at the same time, okay, now this is what me and my wife, this is the agreement that we have. It doesn't have to be my way. It doesn't have to be her way. But it has to be consistent. Yes. From both of us. Mm-hmm. So whatever it is, it has to be consistent. Mm-hmm. Like if she said it, we all got to stand on it.
Yes.
And I might not agree with whatever happened, but we have to stand on it. If it's right or wrong, we'll revisit that at a later date or whenever we see that it's right or wrong. But we have to be on the same accord. We have to be.
I like how you said that.
Like for me, like I work in the day. So for the most part, she's there with them all day. So pretty much what she says, we have to fall in line with that. Yes. And then not only do I have to fall in line, the kids do too.
Yes.
And if I see anything deviating away from what she said or what her vision for the scenario, then I have to step in and get it to where we're going, where it should go.
Right.
And I mean, just like if I'm at home, it's my show. And that's just what it is.
Right.
But like I don't have that pushback from the parent saying, well, we need to do this or we need to do that, or you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. Because whatever happens, it's in the child's best interest.
Right.
And everybody trusts that it's in the child's best interest. So it's really not a thing of, okay, well, you did this or you did that. It's not one of those scenarios.
Real shit. Real shit. What you think of B? Because your situation is different because you have daughters too. And let me elaborate before you answer, because I want you to answer both of them simultaneously. Like, right, I mean, you know, my pronunciation kind of fucked up, so yeah, you know. Cincinnati Public School didn't make it wrong.
Goddamn right. 17. What did he say?
So that nigga said
is not how that's supposed to came out.
How many L's is
Boy! English teacher gonna get you.
Hey, I was in the bathroom that day, man. Like, you know, you know how you study, you try to count the room with paragraphs you're about to read. I want to, and nigga, what that word is. I was that nigga, but nah. Back to the topic though.
Okay.
The plan, and I say this. Okay, yeah, we spoke for sons, but you got daughters, right? So, just like a man can have a plan, a vision for his son, that don't mean it's not including the mother's input. I always include, but women can have a plan for their daughters.
For sure.
Would you come between that?
No. Now, if the situation is fit, then no. But if it was something out of pocket, yes.
Right.
The way my wife's mother, our two little girls is, I love it. She's preaching health, self-love. Even though, as far as even changing the eating habits, I fall back on that because I see what the effect that has on the body and the mind. Even though I'm still eating meat, wings here, but she wants to convert the kids into being a vegan or somewhat vegetarian. The way they even take care of their body, all natural products and this and that, I fall back because I see the vision, and the vision fits right in my eyes, so I fall back. When it comes down to the girls, yeah, I fall back because I see nothing wrong with it.
Right.
She's teaching them self-respect, love, you know, on top of with her trying to start her business and trying to teach the girls entrepreneurship and being your own boss. Oh, yeah, I'm going to fall back. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it because we need more of it. So, yeah, I fall back.
Okay.
Now, but if it was something out of pocket, like, yeah, I want you to do this TikTok, pop your ass, and then I might have to smack you out of it.
Of course. Of course.
But other than that, nah.
Now, segue, you know, for a son. Because I see it makes only sense.
It makes only sense with the girls to fall back. With my son, no, we the way we go about different things is different, but we both have the same vision.
Okay.
We both want to raise this young man in this crazy ass society to be strong, to really know to be a real strong black man. We trying to emphasize that more than anything. So even though we might go about it wrong, sometimes differently, but we always come back together. We know what we want from him and what we want for him. So there's no beef there.
And the reason I say this, man, because I mean, I hear what y'all saying. Y'all have strong marriages, man, and strong relationships, which is a beautiful fucking thing, man, because I think that's where it starts at first. In my case, when I was raising them, man, and I haven't, I'm going to speak for my son, and then we're going to get into stepson, because we all step parents, stepdaughters, I mean, you know what I mean? For us, my son, I wasn't in the same home with his mother. So I tried to tell her, like, okay, we need to be on the same page, because at least with punishments.
Yeah.
At least with that. Because, and she was, we young. Once again, we was young. We was young. So she would tell me, what you do that over there, I do that over here. I'm like, well, no, that's not good, because he going to see.
He going to see the weakness.
Right. He going to say, oh, shit, I'm going to punish me. I don't want to go to my daddy's house today.
Right.
Or then he got so smart to the point, he would be good on the days he know he coming to me, and then he will show his ass in school on the days he's going to his mama house.
Right.
So in order for me to combat that, because I knew that she wasn't, sometimes I felt like she would allow him to get away with certain shit just because she know that it would piss me off.
Yeah.
So what I started to do is, on the days he wasn't with me, I started popping up to his school to let him know, like, can't nobody save you, nigga. I'm popping up because I see your routine. I see the game. And she's at work and she couldn't be there. So I let him know that, I see what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? So it was a little bit different when it came to my son, because my son couldn't nobody let, because when he came to me, his mama there. So can't nobody save him from me. So it was my way, only my way, because, it was just me. I was a bachelor. So let's talk step parenting. You know what I mean? Let's talk that, because that's a whole nother beast when it comes to the step parenting role, when it's raising somebody else's son and daughter. That's a beast. And once again, I'm going to start off with me. It's only right. You know what I mean? Because, I will never ask y'all any questions or brought up any topic without, and y'all know my story and the struggles that I done had being a step parent. Raising my stepson, when we shared the roof, when we got up under the same roof together, right? It was like, however I am with my son, I am with, he's my son now. Yes, I'm his step parent, I'm his stepfather, but goddamn, you getting the good, the bad, the ugly, everything he gonna get, you gonna get.
Pretty much.
Right? So at this time, we married now, me and his mother. Now we married. So now it's like, she's more, her son wasn't used to discipline. He don't know what a man, he never experienced a man authority in the home, because it was just him and his mother. Yes, I was around him since he been 2, but I don't live with you. So,
total difference.
Yeah, so it's only so much shit I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Now you in my presence, I'm gonna correct you. Now will I whoop your ass? No. I'll let your mama do that, because I'm not, at this point we bachelors. Like, that's not my place. So at this point, like I said, but we got on the same roof, boom. And he had an issue, and she had an issue, because she babied him. She babied him. He was around number women. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she babied. So, she saw how I was with my son, but that's my son, so it was cool. But then when I was mimicking the same tactics with her son, that's where the issue became. And that's where our issue started with her, because in the beginning, I used to include her. Well, he want to punch me. He did this. He did that. Woo, woo, woo. Well, you too hard. You shouldn't do that. Well, why you do that? And I got tired of hearing this shit. So what I did was, I just stopped including her. Was I wrong? Who knows? But I knew that there's no way I can treat your son no differently than I treat my son, because he's watching too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You trust me enough to, we get married.
Yeah.
You trust me enough to leave him with me. You trust me enough to, you know what I mean, you know, bring me all the way into this point. I've been around since he been 2.
Yeah.
We got up on the same roof. He was 11. I've been around him. So you trust me that much. You know what I mean? So why, when it comes to me implementing a punishment, you know what I mean, that it was a fucking issue. So I stopped including her. She'll find out what's going on when she came home from work. Well, why you in your room? Oh, with Big Court. And then she'd come to me, I was like, yeah, what do you tell you? Because it's always, I got tired of hearing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not here just for the good shit. I'm not here for the perception. I'm not here for the, you know, the glitz and the glam. I'm here for the good, the bad. When he's sick, I nurse him back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he feeling insecure, I'll pump him up. You know what I mean? You know, I'm educating him, schooling him, I'm molding him, doing everything I'm doing to my son, to your son. He's my son now. So, just I mean, not to, before I forget shit, I done took my medicine, shit. but being a step parent, how is it, do you have a vision for that child too? And if so, what happens if you get kicked back, pushed back?
I think, speaking for myself, you shouldn't get no kickback, because like you said before, if that woman or man allow you to come in and be that parent to that child, you shouldn't get no kickback. I speaking for myself, no, yeah, no. I just know it's something ongoing, but we do come together. Mm-hmm. Because what we want for Brian and Byron, we want for her too. Mm-hmm. And it is tricky, because knowing that you have to deal with the other parent. Mm-hmm. But I do believe that our 3 parents should come together.
Yes, mandatory. If it can happen.
Yeah, if it can happen. Because we all want the best for our kids. Mm-hmm. So it's tricky, but I think we doing it. We making it work.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah,
it's a process. Like, what you think, Mike?
I mean, it's the same as with my kids. Mm-hmm. I don't treat them any different.
Right.
Any different at all. And I mean, like for me in my household, I don't have any pushback with that. It's like everything is on the same accord.
Right. Right.
Everything is on the same accord. And I mean, it took a long time to get to that, mm-hmm. but we there now, and it seems to be fruitful for me.
That's good.
Now, is everyone always gonna do what you think is right? No.
Right.
But then, you know, that's a part of, you have to be mature enough to not have, okay, if you don't get your way, you can't shut down and be like, oh, well, fuck this. Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm glad you said that, man, because there's times, man, like, but I love kids. So I had to separate. It was times before my divorce, I almost left 2 years before I actually did. But I made a commitment to my stepson.
Yeah.
I had to see that through. Mm-hmm. Even though his mama was on the rocks. You know what I mean? I had to see that through, because I almost left, man. I was so fucking close, man. But I had a commitment to him, and I made it my business to see that relationship through the end till he graduated. You know what I mean? Because, you know, now, not even speaking from y'all personal homes, let's just say if y'all did have a situation like mine, to the point where you would get a little pushback. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? Like, because my thing is, I'm looking at it like this. Why would a woman marry a man that she will not allow to have a hand in raising and disciplining the child? What's the purpose in that? Like, what you think about? What would be the purpose? And once again, this is just your opinion on the topic. I mean, right. You know, what you think about that? Like, you know, why would you think man or a woman will marry, trust the motherfucker what they see from scratch, but when they come down to, you know what I mean?
But for me, man,
like,
if my opinion on that,
yeah,
that relationship is not gonna work.
Of course, yes, I agree.
With any kind of issue with whether it be a woman or a man, it's not gonna work. You fighting an uphill battle, and you can't fight battles at home.
No,
You cannot. You go through, as a man or a woman, you go through way too much to come home and have to play tug of war with your mate, or if they even let a kid play tug of war with you. You cannot do that. It cannot work.
Yeah.
And I mean, today, I would just leave.
Yeah.
I really would. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah.
I'm not playing tug of war at home. I'm not fighting at home.
No, I agree.
Right.
And I almost left. You know, I didn't, like I told you why I stayed, man, and because I had a commitment with him. And then it got easier as he got older. Because once he hit 14, 15, 16, once he started working, it got easier. Because now I could sit back, you know, he on autopilot at this time.
Yeah. Right. All he doing is coming to you for advice.
Yeah, right. You know, I'm teaching him, you know what I mean? I'm still there. It got so much easier, but in the beginning though, boy, I was close a few times. I used to tell me, man, I used to be stressed out, man, but I love kids and I had a commitment.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to realize that, you know, like, this is why I stopped including her, because I knew it wasn't the child. It was him manipulating the mother. You know, he used to hear her with shit like, you gonna let him punish me? Behind my back now. Of course, I don't know none of this shit. Are you gonna, he's mean to me, and, you know, mama, you gonna, you know, shit like that. And maybe because we got up on, he was so used to being with her by herself and just them, we got up on the same roof.
They had that bond.
They had their bond. So when I came in, and, you know, I remember times, man, where, you know, she'd sneak behind my back and I'm going to work or some shit, and she'd sneak behind my back and let him do some shit. And then it'd come back and bite her in the ass. And I used to ask, I said, you actually teamed up with a fucking child to, just because you want him to know that I don't have the last say so, and you do, just for it to bite you in your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that something like that, yeah, it would not work. Like Max said, man, it's just too much. In a relationship, it shouldn't even be that hard.
It shouldn't be hard at all.
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be hard at all, man.
Especially if you let the man in or the woman in, and you trust them enough. It shouldn't be like that. But
you know,
to answer that question now, if my situation was like that, nah, it wouldn't work.
No, you know, it's a battle, man, and you know what I mean. But like I said, I love parenting, man. I love fatherhood, man. I love it, you know. But it's always harder when you're not on the same page with the parent. And just thank God for your situation, man, that y'all could be on the same page, man. Y'all on the same page, man. It's just in my case, man, it was an uphill battle. It got, like I want to say, I know I repeated myself, but it got easier as they got older. You know what I mean? If that shit would have continued at 15, I couldn't go 15 to 3 more years with that bullshit. Or whenever they graduated high school, like.
Yeah.
But you know, I just thank God that, you know, I was able to see that through, man, because that was a commitment. You know what I mean? I love my stepson. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know, my biological son, that's a no-brainer. I love him to death. You know what I mean? You know, but parenting, man, it is a team job. It should be. And motherfuckers have to respect. And I think it's crucial to show a united front.
Yeah. And that includes grandparents and this and that, because sometimes a grandparent can overstep their boundaries too.
Yeah.
And so you have to let them know, and they get upset, you know, or uncles, you know, look, this is what I want for my son.
And that's it.
And this is it. Like, this is what you might want from your kids. I think if everybody come together, then that, you know.
So how you feel about Force? You know, I heard you say it earlier, Mac, that, you know, when it come down to handing down a punishment, it should be done side by side.
At all times.
It should be. So what happens when it's not? What happens when one parent, I'm going to tell you, for example, from my situation. One day, my stepson, I know he didn't really like me because I was mean and shit, right? But he got a little older. He was like 13, 14. And one day, he used to try to cap, right? And I'm grew up in the hood. My mentality is different. Maybe y'all could relate. You can't, and I said, you can't shadow box with me and you don't like me. Because if you hit me, you may say I'm sorry, but in the back of your mind, you saying, I got that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. I said, you can't, he, of course he didn't know my metaphor, but I had to explain it to him. I said, you can't cap with me.
Right.
Because you don't like me. It was times where he tried to come in from school and go upstairs and don't speak.
Right.
In my motherfucking house. This is my shit.
Right.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
So, I'm on his head. I'm on his ass. Like, you know what I mean? So I knew he didn't. And I tried to go to his mother at first. But once again, nah. Okay, so since I see what you doing, so let me go this way then. So one day, they come home from school. I told her I was going to have this conversation. I wanted her to be there with me, right? Because I was about to reintroduce myself. Because they knew me as Big Quirk and Dad, right? So now they's at an age now where motherfuckers I know is penitentiary for murder. You can go to jail at this age. Motherfuckers your age can, can be a fucking super threat. Right. So now I'm about to reintroduce myself. So one day I told her, I said, I want you to be here. I want, so, we had this conversation. She purposely didn't come home from work that day late. Purposely. Because she knew. Now, that conversation wasn't more for my son. It was more for her son. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because once again, we only got, 4 years under the same roof? Mm-hmm. So it's that mark. So she didn't come home purposely for that shit. So I said, okay, I see she ain't coming home. Right? She fake stayed late type shit. Mm-hmm. So I put my pistol on my hip. I go downstairs. They sitting at the table. I walked to both of them. How you doing? My name Court. Mm-hmm. I went to my stepson. How you doing? My name Court. And they looking at me like,
what's that all about?
Why are you doing that? We know your name, Court. And so I had to tell, I say, look, I'm reintroducing myself. I am no longer Dad. I am no longer Big Court. I'm a man, but from your father. I say, so this is about respect in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because you can't have 1 foot on some baby shit and 1 foot on some I'm almost a teenager shit and play that motherfucking role. You can't fake want to cap with me. It was more target towards my stepson because my son already knew what time it is. But he got to understand, you can't play with me and you don't like me. Ain't no jokety joke and you don't like me. Because shit you send out your mouth, you really saying it trying to disrespect.
Right.
But once I did that and I said that, I think that our relationship took a good turn.
Right.
Because I let him know, I see you. I see what you're doing. Right. But the fact that she wasn't there because she didn't want to show unity against her son. Because in his eyes, why you letting him? Right. Why you see what I'm saying? That was some disrespect, so when I saw that, I knew the days was numbered.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Because you couldn't stand shit, I'm there good. I mean, he grew up to be a beautiful motherfucking man. You know what I mean? When he opened his mouth, you would hear me. Mm-hmm. Type shit. Like, so I would just say that, man, like for us with these with step kids, man. What y'all think about that? Like, I mean, for us, getting an understanding with your stepchild, like just or any stepchild, like, I mean, just, do you think that's a good tactic for us? You know what I mean? Reintroducing yourself, because sometimes they could be just looked at, oh, you my daddy, you supposed to do this. Or you supposed, I don't supposed to do shit. Because at the end of the day, only one I'm obligated to is my son. Now, if you don't respect me as your father, as your stepfather,
then
you can't expect me to the motherfucker do something for you. You 15, 16, and you don't respect me.
Yeah, I don't owe you anything.
I owe you shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and that's what I try to show my son, my stepson's mother at the time. But when she showed me that, thank God the conversation I had with him, it worked.
Yeah.
It helped because our relationship got better. You know what I mean? After that, man. Like, you know what I mean? But what do you do with that? Like, what do you do, You know what I mean? Is that an option? You know what I mean? Is that an option to revisit? the relationship with the stepchild, if it come to that?
I think there's several different approaches that you could do. I like your approaches because you're dealing with men. So, but dealing with a young lady, if you in my situation, would that work? I don't know. I don't know. I would say me and the mother will have to come and really sit down and talk.
It starts there first, though, I believe.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Before you even get there, it starts with the mother.
But then a lot of these situations they doomed from the beginning. Because like you may be with a person you probably shouldn't be with, and for whatever reason, because like okay, if say you're in a marriage, she has a child, you have a child, y'all are family now.
Blended, yes.
But it can't be a yo child thing or like a lot of the relationships, and I'm not speaking from your perspective or any other perspective, a lot of relationships just shouldn't happen.
You're right.
Same thing with biological parents.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like me and the mother of my twins, I don't feel like we should have been together.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just being honest. I don't. Not saying that the kids were a mistake, but we shouldn't have been together. And I told them that. Like they 17 now. We talked last week.
But you had to go. You had to walk that path to realize that. Oh
no.
But I also do understand that the truth is always there. If you're paying attention.
You're right.
I know we lack that, and we just continue to move and push forward. But was that the case? That there was something there, but you just...
It was something there, and I just didn't look at it in the sense of how I should have viewed it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was immaturity.
That take time.
Yeah, it was immaturity.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
today, I could have saw that a mile away.
Yeah.
But then I've grown a lot. And then this is a time when I think I was like 23, 24. I wasn't really molded to what I was.
Yes.
I wasn't done growing myself.
Right.
And this is why I tell people, man, having babies is not the best idea. Because a lot of times people have babies with people that they not even gonna be with. And realistically, we didn't have shit in common.
Right.
Shit in common. And throughout that relationship, I think I told you this, and I think I may have told you this before, I've gave up too much trying to fit into her box. And it wasn't good. And they just happened to be a byproduct of it. And, you know, everything that's happened to them, like last week, I'm telling you, we had a real live conversation. I tried to explain to them what happened with me and their mom. Now, whether they accepted it or even understood, I don't know. But I told them we probably shouldn't have been together. And I mean, you know, that can come out, that can hurt, it can be helpful, but I felt like it needed to be said.
Right. It goes back to you're not sugarcoating shit.
Absolutely not. I'm not sugarcoating a damn thing.
And how they might interpret that, you don't know. But it was honest.
Yeah. I mean that, but like a lot of relationships, I mean, like, if there's gonna be pushback when you discipline that person's kid or when for either way, you probably shouldn't have been in that relationship.
I agree.
Y'all should not be that far, because that conversation should have happened.
Yeah.
That page should be there. Yeah. Like, that conversation should have happened. We and a lot of times, especially with black people, I think we get too far into what relationships look like, or we don't want to look bad on social media. Well, man, I'm single again or whatever. And we just deal with shit that we shouldn't deal with for appearances.
I do agree.
Like, man, a lot of that shit, you need to leave.
I'm gonna tell you something. You said a mouthful with that, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. When that day came for me to make that decision, before it came, And B Feezy, he'll tell you, right? I used to tell him all the time, like, I don't know, B, like,
right.
I don't know, B. It came down to me. I grew up with a little violent intent, you know what I mean? And I went to jail for domestic violence back when I was younger. And I vowed that I would never go to jail for another woman again because I felt shitty as fuck. So it came to a point where I had to choose. Now I'm farther along, and I'm raising a son.
Yeah.
I'm raising 2 sons.
Yeah.
And I can't not stay if I'm trying to teach my sons on what they, they rules and regulations and what they should deal with and should not deal with from nobody. You know what I mean? So I didn't give a fuck about imagery. You know what I mean? I didn't give, when I knew it was time to go, when it came bad for my motherfucking health. When it came bad for my health, it's time to motherfucking go. And it was a scary move because the unknown. But I had faith. You know what I mean? And I knew that, I think my first set of bachelor years let me know that I can do this shit again. And I think that's what made me jump out there and just leave. So I do agree. Like these days, some people will stay together for imagery. They will stay for perception of how shit look, and you know what I mean. And I see so much of that.
It happens way too often.
Also, back in the day, social media wasn't as big in my era.
Social media didn't control how we interact.
Right. Even when I left, like, you know what I mean, it wasn't like that for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I never gave a fuck about, I just knew this ain't healthy. It ain't healthy for her because if this shit keep on happening, it ain't gonna be healthy for her. And I'm gonna be somewhere fucking locked up some goddamn where.
Yeah.
So I had to make a decision. And I made a decision, man. So I do agree with that, man. And I just think, man, when in my younger days, I probably shouldn't, man, because I didn't know what a relationship looked like. My mother was a single parent. I mean, my mother, I had knuckleheads, knucklehead, running around playing fake stepdaddy and shit. Like, so yeah. I didn't know. I didn't have an image of what a healthy relationship looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't have an image of that shit, man. So I do agree, man. Sometimes we just, all I can say if anybody, man, if you ever in a predicament to where, when it come down to asking hard questions, man, is it good for your health?
Man,
don't stay for kids, because people say, "I want to stay for kids," but then your kids hear all the bullshit,
right?
Yeah.
And that's trauma.
Right? You can't. The kids are a byproduct of a mistake you made. In a bad relationship,
that's a hard.
No. In a bad relationship, I do
agree.
They are collateral damage. It's unfortunate.
Collateral damage could be a harsh word. I mean,
it is,
but it is
collateral damage.
But
I can see. Yeah,
it's like okay, they're here,
right?
But you should not be,
right?
And for a long time, I stayed because the kids were there.
Yeah,
I stayed. I gotta figure this shit out. Right. It wasn't nothing to figure out. It wasn't nothing there.
Right.
Like a lot of people. And this is not bound to race or gender or any of that.
No.
People make mistakes like that. Oh yeah, well we gotta make this work.
For the kids'
no, the
sake.
fuck you don't.
For the kids' sake.
If the shit ain't right, it ain't right.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask you a question then. Give me your top 2 examples of a situation that will cause you to pull the trigger on a separation or whatever, divorce, whatever the case may be. Like, what is it? Like, what would that look like? Like, what would be your, better yet, what would be your breaking point?
Disrespect.
Hindsight 2020.
Disrespect.
To what level or to what degree?
Any level. Because, it's all shapes, forms, and colors. Like, okay, you with a woman and she's out at all kind of hours of the night. Okay, you went out with your friends, you have fun.
Yeah.
But you're not going to live in the streets.
Right. I agree.
Any kind of way. Like the way people talk to you.
Yes.
You can't have that.
That's what got me.
It's a lot of stuff that you just cannot deal with.
That was my breaker point.
But even when you have respect, there's certain things that you don't want to do. You just won't do it. Out of respect.
Mm-hmm. And respect covers a lot. It's a very large paintbrush.
Yeah, you start treading light because of respect. Like, well, we could be out at a certain time out of respect. I'm about to leave y'all.
Right. And I mean, like, our behavior when we're not around, that's respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, my wife is out of town right now. My behavior here is because I respect what we have.
Right. Real shit.
And without that, you have nothing.
You're right. I agree.
Like, respect is the
everything.
basis of everything.
I'm gonna tell you, I agree with you 1,000 because that's what made me leave, because I know my worth. I know the role that I played in this marriage. I know that was, how you want to paint a marriage relationship, same shit. You just one of them is harder to get out of, and you get out with a bill. But you know what I mean, I knew the role that I played in my marriage.
Yeah.
And my thing is this. In my eyes, if what coming out your mouth don't match the role I played in your life, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Because
Exactly.
you're not going to talk to me or deal with me like I owe you child support. You're not going to talk to me and deal with me like we just struggling for food every day. Or we getting eviction notes every motherfucking month. Or we, for cars getting repossessed. And, you're not going to come at me as if I'm a fuck boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because, once again, I grew up differently. I fuck around and slap shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because respect that's how we was raised. Disrespect. In any hood, if you lose your respect in the hood, goddamn it, that's your ass.
It's time to go.
You better move.
Yeah.
Because you a mark. Every time you step out that motherfucking front door, or you better fight. So my thing is this: the role I play in your life, if that what's coming out your mouth don't match that, what the fuck is we doing then?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna talk to me like I owe you. You're not gonna come at me, especially if I ain't coming at you.
Yeah.
And it go both ways.
It does.
It go both ways. But and I tell people, man. I used to tell people, man, for my ex marriage, what do you want to call that shit? I believe that the fact that the sons, they both graduated. She got 2 degrees out of it. So that tells me that she was able to think and grow.
Right.
In that marriage. Because ain't nothing perfect now. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a perfect motherfucker. I know that. But if you was able to think and grow and better yourself, you in a motherfucker, a pretty good relationship / marriage, you want to call it. Right. So whatever come out your motherfucking mouth don't equal up to that. What the fuck is we doing? I'm not about to sit here and play that game. This is why it's funny, man, because I do another podcast with my friend, man. She had a podcast called Sisters with the T, right? And we did a topic, man. We're going to put it out in a minute, where when do you know you're ready for a relationship, right? And I told her on that platform, I say, look, if you can't be responsible of what come out your mouth, you ain't ready. Because fuck saying, oh, well, she said it to me, or he said it to me, so I said this back. Y'all just sharing hurtful fucking shit back and forth.
Right.
What that's gonna do is it's gonna plant a bad seed in one of y'all heads, which gonna have a damaged relationship. Why you want a weak motherfucker? I don't want nobody weak around me.
Oh.
I'm gonna build you and mold you and blow. You're gonna be the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come at you stupid. I can control. I take ownership with everything come out my motherfucking mouth. But that was the platform we talked about that, man. But I agree, man. For respect is, we all the same way. Respect is, like you said, it's a wide brush, man. It covers everything, man. Like, as long as you got respect, man,
we can
both
work.
ways. We can work. We can do numbers.
Yeah, we can build from that. If we respect each other, the love will happen.
Yes.
Even when love ain't there, respect is.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what love is. Hey, respect is the fertilizer.
Like, man, I just can't be around it. I can't be around it from friends to home, from children. We're not having that.
No.
And we just have to stay with the basics. Like, I'm not a very complicated person. If you respect me, I respect you, and we can do whatever
We
from that
good
point.
to go around this bitch.
We good. Like I don't ask for anything from anyone.
Right. Hey, ditto.
I don't.
agree.
So I don't need. So if I don't ask you for shit, you know good and damn well I don't need you.
Right.
So we're here for a reason.
Right.
I'm here because I want to be.
Damn, that's a powerful one. I just tell motherfuckers. I just told my ex that shit. It's the difference between a need and a want.
Right.
Like I don't need nobody for shit.
Yes.
Right.
It's been ages since I've asked anybody for anything.
Ditto.
Christmas, I don't want shit.
Ditto.
But I mean, like,
some
man,
people get caught up in the fact of you need. I think that's what happened to my situation. I think she thought I needed her. Forgot that I was a bachelor for my first 10 years. I think she forgot. I'm here because I wanted to be here, not because I always tell a motherfucker, I deal with health issues and I see how the doctors and what I deal with at hospitals, right? Mm-hmm. I always say when a motherfucker think you need them, they treat you like shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a firm believer for a relationship. I'm here because I like dealing with strong women. To understand is, I know you don't need me, and you know I don't need you. The fact that we together is beautiful. We here because we want to be here, not because I gotta be here.
Exactly.
Now don't get it twisted. You that fucking shit come out your mouth is too goddamn unbearable.
I gotta go,
baby. I gotta go because I'm not about to play that. I know my worth. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not easy, man. It's not easy to make certain decisions. You know, if you exhausted all your options just exhausted. You know, therapy, whatever the case may, you know, religion, church, however you want to get your assistance to mail, and because I think it's worth fighting for. For some, I mean, sometimes it's worth fighting for, especially if you got a lot at stake. You know what I mean? Long as you know, everybody got their breaking point. Some motherfuckers would, you know, it take just a little bit, and I'm out, bitch. Some motherfuckers take a little bit more.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was satisfied in mind because I knew I gave everything. I gave it my all. I was able to leave like, you know what, shit, his shit just ain't work. Because I knew I gave it my motherfucking all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we had kids involved. Mm. It ain't just eating. If you know, I mean, you know, you're 2 motherfuckers ain't got no kids together, then
It's over.
But if you got kids involved, so it's worth. I mean, this is my opinion. It's worth what's what I'm looking for? It's worth the maintenance.
It's worth the effort.
There you go.
It's worth the effort,
but if you exalted all your motherfucking efforts, then
It's time.
yeah,
then it is what it is, man. But you know, like I say, man, you know, like I say, hold on, we've been rocking for an 40. But you know, like I say, man, you know, this is once again, man, this is Check Ya Temp Podcast. You know, like I say, on this platform, man, we have discussions that may piss somebody off, you know, make you laugh, make you cry, make you upset. But the goal is always to educate and motivate. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know, this topic is basically on biological and step fatherhood, parenthood, which is a beautiful job, man. As we said earlier, you know what I mean? You know, but you know, anybody got some last words? I mean, I know I kind of ended abruptly.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, you know, y'all want to make some
man.
last.
I mean, we touched on a lot.
Yeah. We got a lot.
I like
man.
what you said, Mac. You got me over here thinking like shit. As far as people coming together and not really understanding, really truly recognizing, like, you know what, you're not the best fit for me. Let me go ahead and leave you.
And it's a hard decision.
It is a hard decision.
It's
People
hard.
need to start taking that. I mean, really being serious. You know, girls that I used to meet, I used to tell them off the rip, like, hey, look, man, I don't want none of that shit, you know. And it might have cost me from not getting that ass or anything, but I was at least honest.
Yeah, not wrong with it.
But the thing with that, like people approach relationships like it's a financial decision these days.
They do.
Like,
You know
okay,
why?
Yeah,
Survival.
like, okay, well,
I get it, but damn,
he can
man.
provide this.
Yes.
But you don't even know if that man is worthy of your time.
Right.
You damn sure don't know if that woman is, like,
You're right.
the most important thing you can do is bring a life into the world.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And you just gonna do it.
With anybody. So,
Like the thing, like we have unprotected sex, like that is not the most important. That's what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't here. You know, sex is not really for fun.
no, it's not.
It's not for fun.
No, it's not. It's to
That was-
It's a responsibility.
It's a
man.
responsibility,
It comes
and we
with a
so
lot.
cavalier with that responsibility.
It comes
Like
with a lot.
everybody got a kid with somebody they know good and damn well they shouldn't have had a kid with.
I
That's
do
true.
agree.
And then you have to parent from like the whole baby mama thing. That is the worst fucking thing in the world.
It is.
It ruined our community. It ruined it.
But you know what? A lot of that boils down to that trauma that we talk about coming up in certain environments. Some people really truly believe that that's how they're supposed to go about.
But again,
That's why it took me so long to have a child, because I just didn't want to bring a child in
with anybody.
with anybody.
I do agree.
Man,
I never did understand that.
it's too important for us to approach it in the manner that we approach it. We don't give it its proper respect. We don't.
I do agree.
And I mean, again, that's a whole nother topic of a podcast. We can branch off and discuss so many avenues about that,
But like I say, man, I just think a lot of people, man, you know, they you know how motherfuckers say you overstayed, you're welcome.
yeah.
I think that's with a lot of shit with that relationships, man. Sometimes motherfuckers be so scared to pull the trigger because of what motherfuckers will say, think, or just the uncertainty, man. Like not knowing. So at the end of the day, you know at least you got somebody going half with you on your bills. If you ain't got shit else.
Right.
And some people accept that.
And they
As
would
sad
deal
as
with a
it
whole
is,
bunch of shit. Yeah.
You will
Yeah.
deal like it's some women that will put up with so much from a man because he can provide for them.
Yes.
But okay, providing some money doesn't mean shit.
But okay, but you know what we
That's
was talking about as
perception.
far as respect. You can have respect for that person because he's bringing in the money.
Mm-hmm.
But I also believe that you gotta have some type of love there.
Something got to be there.
Something gotta be there. It's gotta be some type of affection, some type of love. Because I mean, if love is if respect is to some people money, I mean, damn, that's it. It's sad.
But love can be money. They love what you can provide for
Yeah,
them.
and most of those people, most of those individuals are miserable too.
Yes. Oh, very much
At
so.
the same time.
At the same time, so it's got to be something there. You know, it's got to be something more than. I believe respect. That's a beautiful thing. You gotta have that. But I do believe love. Something in that love factor got.
But you know what? Some people, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, I done over the years, I done met a few women that got with a man purposely financial, right? Just cause this motherfucker dole the fuck up, you know what I mean? But never loved him, not even attracted to him
At all.
just got with this motherfucker because he could provide. But then guess what? It was taught to him by their mother. The mother said, but he can do this for you. You better get with that man. Better yet, fuck, get with that man. Have that man's child. Even though if the woman don't even want to have the man's child. But the mama push
But at
that
the same
on the
time,
daughter.
At the same time, from that man's perspective, you had to see that.
But, and that's the, and you know, I would never drop a name. Of course not. And I agree with that, man, because this situation, I used to ask, like, damn, I think the man see it now,
Yeah.
but I think it was more a hoax.
Image?
Now, yeah, for the man, it was image, because this woman, fat ass, red bone, woo, 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 all the.
You don't think it was an image for her?
No, it was strictly dollar bill.
Yeah.
Strictly, it wouldn't. Well, it could be a little image because she know what that man can provide for her to assist her in her imagery.
Right.
So this man money could put you in this house. This man money could get you in this car. This man money, but then you go home to a man that you don't even want to fuck. you don't even want to have no sex with.
That's bad.
You just don't love him, but you with this man. So I ask myself this: whatever that man put you through, do you deserve it?
You do.
I think so.
Yeah. You do.
Because you purposely got with a man that you knew you didn't love, only because your mother pushed you in that direction because she knew with the dollar bill that man was about to make some true cash. Fast forward, the nigga did make some cash. Mm-hmm. Nigga doled up. Woman still don't love him. But I think the man finally woke up and see that shit.
Too late then.
Too late. Oh yeah, you're too late. Yeah, they motherfuckers.
Yeah, you in the hole then, buddy.
You know, but it's like, how can you get motherfuckers who actually go through life like that, man? I can't not share a room, a bed, a house with a woman that I'm not in, that we ain't having sex, we ain't no kind of connection, nobody it's just for,
whatever purpose.
Yeah, it's bogus, like.
But I mean, a lot of that.
There's a lot of that going on.
Because it's survival. Because it's a survival. In the hood, I can't speak of all women because I'd be dead wrong. But this is why a lot of women have bogus ass, like you said, have babies with niggas they know they shouldn't have babies with, or be in a relationship they know they don't want to be in because the mother teach them survival.
Yeah.
You need a man
to provide for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then that cheapens, that sells you short.
Right.
Because you can provide for your goddamn self.
Like I used to tell motherfuckers sold they soul.
Exactly.
That means that you have no confidence in your own drive. That you believe that the only reason you can get this big house, these cars, because of him, not your own personal drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's bad.
That means that this house means these cars and these, extravagant vacations and all that shit and these expensive bags. The only way you can get that shit because you sold your soul.
Money
to a motherfucking man that you didn't love.
Equate to happiness.
But in the hood, that's where they went wrong at.
That's what people gotta quit doing too.
Yeah,
right.
They got to.
It goes. I tell the kids this story of when I went to Withrow, I started feeling better about myself or whatever. I started making more money than I ever seen, and I tell them like, yeah, I start doing this, but I realized that was all. It was false. The more I start talking, more started coming my way. Mm-hmm. So they're like, what do you mean? I said, well, what I'm trying to tell you is you got to start believing in yourself. Mm-hmm. You believe in yourself. And I think to touch on what all these women and men is just jumping in these relationships, they still looking for identity. Mm-hmm. I think identity is big to me. You got to know yourself.
Indeed.
And the fucked up thing is, it's people.
A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't.
And that, what I was just saying that to my wife. I said, man, you gotta know yourself. You really gotta know yourself. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is why I encouraged my son when he was younger. And I used to tell him, get your own career. Don't be so quick to jump in a relationship. I say, but if you do, because a lot of men, when they're younger, to get out their home, they have to, some of us get into a relationship prematurely because they want to get out. Because most likely a woman will get her crib before a man would when younger, right? Because I remember my younger day, I was this one particular young lady, man, I got fired from my job at Children's and shit. I was probably like 20. And I moved back in with my mama, well, I actually moved back in. That's where I was staying at. So I'm like, so the chick, we link up, we'll have sex. And so she hit me with, I want you to move in. I'm going to give you a key. And I said, no, I don't have nothing to bring to the table. I said, I can't do nothing for you. I'm not about to do that. Mm-hmm. Nah, come on. And, hindsight 2020 was sex. That's what she wanted. It was more or less, she liked the sex, but she wanted to give me a key, but that key came with a curfew. And it came with attachments. Mm-hmm. So I shot the dice. I said, all right. I told her, look, I can't do nothing for you. I just lost my job. I said, but I told her, it's gonna be times where you might get up and go to work. I might still be in that bed when you come back home, right? It's just realistic, So okay, I'm cool. So I shot the dice and went forward, and a year almost went by. So after that, once she got used to the sex, then here come the games. Oh, we don't pray together. You know, you don't go to church with me. You know, I start playing again. One day I came to her house with the key. She had the lock on the door, the keychain. I opened the door, keychain. I could have called a sucker attack, kicked the door. Ain't nothing but a chain. You know, I could have kicked the door. I shut the door back. I didn't lock it. Fuck her. I left the door open, but the chain on the door. I went back to my mama's house because I was already in the making of getting my own crib. Mm-hmm. So that taught me a fucking valuable lesson. Like, you know what I mean? She knew I was coming to her house, but she put that chain on the door. Like, to me as a young man, I knew I didn't like that feeling.
Right. It was a control thing.
Yes, yeah. It was a control thing.
Yeah.
And I knew, and that right there, and this is why I told my son, I said, look, if you go, I said, I don't recommend moving in with a woman early at all. I say, but if you do, make sure your name on that lease. Make sure you're not moving into her house. Make sure y'all go get something together. Yeah. Because no matter, I'm going to tell you, if you do move into her house, it's always her house. You moved on her turf. Right. Y'all didn't go get nothing together.
Yeah.
I say, but if you're going to get with a woman that early, get something together. That way, y'all have, that respect is there.
It's equity there.
Yeah. This ain't just your shit, but people, we saying this motherfucker together and we holding it down together.
Right.
Not, it ain't one-sided. You know what I mean? But, like I say, man, I just recommend people, like you say, B.
Take your time.
Take your time. Know yourself. Don't rush. You know what I mean? Because you need to. Because when you do that, then you start bringing babies in prematurely. And
oh, man.
A lot of that early 18, 19, 20, pre-25, that shit ain't, like you say, Mac, motherfucker ain't gonna be together.
And shouldn't have even been together.
Shouldn't have been together. Right. It's just two motherfuckers coming up out of their mama's house, their father's houses, and they coming together and trying to figure out what the fuck's up. Yeah. You're still growing. Right. You still learn. That's why I tell them. I tell one of the little young homies I mentor, right? I tell him all the time. I say, look, man, why move in with a woman? I say, you going from one mother to another. Right. The difference is, the one you move to, this setup, this new mother, come with games. Her love come with motherfucking. Her love is loaded. Right. You know what I mean? Her love is motherfucking. She's there to mold you into whatever nigga
she wants
you to be, and about to play every mind game you can possibly motherfucking think of. I learned so much in my first year as a bachelor, man. It was beautiful, man. I wouldn't change it for a world. Even my second time as a bachelor, I learned even more about myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just think, like y'all say, man, I just think motherfuckers need to learn. Just, if you can help it, if you can get your shit by yourself, do it. Learn yourself. Because when you at home by yourself, man, you knowing what you like, what you don't like.
Right. What you will accept.
What you will accept, what you won't accept. Like, you need to know that, because you can get in a relationship in the wrong woman.
Right. And that's Woo. The vision from what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. That's it in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. Teaching your child to love themselves, know themselves, strive for better. Mm-hmm. That's all I try to teach my kids.
That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do, man. But But once again, man, this Check Ya Temp podcast. As you can see scrolling down on the screen, it's a Cash App. It's 365 NEF Foundation. That foundation is actually a non-profit. I do have a non-profit where I mentor young adults with sickle cell and any other chronic illness. We also deal with mental health. So any platform that I'm on that you will see my face on, if you want to help the cause, you can make a donation to Cash App. No donation is too small. And once again, this is what we're here for. And this equipment that you see here, I also allow kids to come up and use this. If they are part of the nonprofit, they can use it for free. If they want to, for the kids that's not a part of the nonprofit, for a small fee, they can still come and use it for a fee. But, once again, this is Check Ya Temp Podcast. And, we about to rock out, man. I appreciate you brothers, man, coming on out, man.
Anytime.
We always have great conversations, man. This has been a long time coming, us doing this. And like I said, we got more to come, man. We got a lot of life experience, man. So I appreciate you, Mac D. Always, brother. Love you, brothers, man. Y'all be easy.